Boris Johnson and Sir Keir Starmer will be looking at this morning's results so far with mixed feelings. But there is one party leader who will be, I imagine, relatively happy. The Liberal Democrats have taken control of Kingston upon Hull, which we think of as Hull, from Labour. And party leader Sir Ed Davey joins us now. Good to speak to you this morning. And there's the grin that we expected. So is this a triumph for the Liberal Democrats, and what does it mean for your party going forward?
Well, listen, there's quite a few results still to come in, but it does look like it's going to be a historic night for the Liberal Democrats. We're making big gains from the Conservatives in their heartlands in places like Wimbledon and West Oxfordshire, and in the north in places like Stockport. And I think it's also a vote of confidence in Liberal Democrat-run councils like Richmond, where there's almost no Conservatives left anymore. Now, I said at the beginning of this that voters could use their ballots to send a message to Boris Johnson that he wasn't providing the leadership on things like the cost of living emergency and the NHS. And it does look like the voters have sent that message, and I'm really proud that they've back the Liberal Democrats in so many seats across the country.
The question, of course, for you, Ed Davey, and your party will be, how do you translate the success that you have in local elections into a general election as well? Because we see this quite regularly, don't we? The Lib Dems often pop up. It's often accused, you said them yourself, they can use this ballot, Conservative voters, to send a message, or voters full stop, to Boris Johnson. What is your approach going to be in terms of turning around this success and this momentum, so when it comes to a general election, you have more power in government?
Well, we showed in two parliamentary by-elections last year when we beat the Conservatives in True Blue Buckinghamshire and then took a seat off them they'd held for 200 years in North Shropshire, that we do have the ability to turn this into parliamentary success. And what was really interesting about a lot of the gains we made in the blue wall seats, the Tory heartland seats, places like Wimbledon and West Oxfordshire and Cheadle in Stockport, they're exactly the areas where I think we can make gains from the Conservatives in the next general election. So, yes, these are local election results, but our biggest gains are coming in areas where I'm looking at, and I think the party can look at, for beating Conservative MPs at the next general election. And, you know, when I won my seat 25 years ago in Kingston and Surbiton, that was on the back of local government results when we took control of the Royal Borough of Kingston. So local election results are really important as a real springboard for success of the next general election.
Of course, though, there are many examples where it hasn't been. And if you are looking to translate this from successful local election results to general election results, are you at the point of considering alliances, PACs, to make that objection vote against the government count for more?
No. There isn't a pact. There won't be a pact. And if you look at seats where we were fighting the Labour Party, we were doing well there. So we took seats off Labour in Sunderland. We took the council off them in Hull. And there are a number of areas around the country where we are taking Labour on. A place like Sheffield, there's a constituency there, Sheffield Hallam, which we'd like to take off the Labour Party. But what's really interesting, and I think all this talk is really irrelevant to voters, it's what voters want. And what Liberal Democrats are offering is strong action on the cost of living emergency. We've got ideas about how to ensure we can provide much better healthcare for people. We've been campaigning on other issues that matter to voters, like sewage. You know, it's outrageous that water companies are allowed to pour their filthy sewage into our rivers. Liberal Democrats have been campaigning on that. The Conservatives refuse to take action. So it's those issues that actually matter to people, I think.
Okay. Yeah, OK, but you are still third, aren't you, even at this stage and with that success? So good to talk to you this morning.
Thanks for joining us this morning, Ed Davey there, the leader of the Lib Dems.